evening and welcome to the postseason here on Football Friday Night. Alongside John Rawlings, I'm Jason Geiser, and I borrow a phrase from our football friends when I say we open tonight's show in not the group of death, but the region of death.
Ever since the OHSAA realignment due to competitive balance, Division 6 Region 24 has looked like a gauntlet. Yet this fall, it's a surprise team claiming the top seed of the bracket. LCC bounced back from a 2-8 campaign a year ago, going 9-1 and earning the #1 seed. The Thunderbirds opened the playoffs at home against Dayton Christian. First quarter, wasting no time. Brendan Stolley fakes the handoff, goes deep to Braden Odell, high pointing the ball for a T-Bird first down, and then they pound it in. Logan Schultz gets clipped as he jumps into the end zone. LCC ahead 7-0, and now it's time for some defense. Micah Pearson blowing up the play before it can even develop. LCC forcing the punt, and they take advantage a minute later. Schultz on the toss, and he has plenty of running room. 62 yards to the house. LCC rolls 45-7. Springsville is back in the brackets for a 4th straight year and 5th time ever. The Bearcats meet Mechanicsburg at Memorial Field. Notice that jingle, that's some Star Wars action. Third quarter, Springsville executing the run game. Joel Lotz escaping to the outside for a pickup of 9 and a Bearcat first down. Moments later, facing a 4th and 2, the handoff is to Chris Picker, who muscles his way for a new set of downs and more. A huge 10-yard gain for the senior back, and you might as well reward the man. Picker being patient and following his blockers. That man is gone. 42 yards to the house. The Bearcats pound Mechanicsburg 34-0. Here's how the regional semis shape up in Region 24. Spencerville will meet the defending champs from Marion Local next Friday night. The other semifinal puts Coldwater against LCC. In Division 3, Elida closed the regular season with 4 straight wins, earning the final spot in the Region 12 playoffs. The Bulldogs make a trip to top-seeded powerhouse Trotwood Madison tonight. First quarter, Elida trails 7-0. Isaac McAdams to Rosiah Little, wide open, nobody even close to him. He books it down the sideline, 68 yards for the touchdown. We're tied up at 7. Later, the Rams up 14-0, looking at third down. The quarterback not ready for the snap, sails by him, travels to midfield, and is finally down, so Trotwood forced to punt. On the ensuing Elida drive, McAdams on the keeper, stays patient and finds 21 yards before running out of bounds. This drive carries into the second quarter, but stalls out as McAdams gets sacked on third down. Elida falls 48-7. More from the Division 3 in Region 11. Top-seeded Bell Fountain drops 55 on Granville. The Chieftains winning by 27. They will play Tri-Valley next. These two teams met in Week 1. Minster blanking Fort Loramie 20-0. Now they meet again in the first week of the postseason. Minster up 40-0 in the third on a 4th down. Anthony Benline pressuring the Fort quarterback and forcing the incomplete pass. Cats take over on downs. Loramie does get on the board. Here's Max Hoyne, breaks off a long touchdown run, but Minster is on the victory side of things. They win big, 40-24. The MAC tonight proves to 68-2 all-time in the regional quarterfinal games against non-MAC teams. As the #1 seed in Division 7, Region 28, Crestview hosts Ansonia and Convoy. The Knights riding a 4-game winning streak. Late in the first, Drew Klein giving to Trevor Gibson, and watch him do some work. Breaking out of one, and he shows his elusiveness. Crestview ties the game at 7 apiece, and the Knights kept marching on. Klein calling his own number. You don't see him until bang right in your living room. Crestview ahead 14-7, and then Klein shows he has an arm too. Dialing up to Derek Deely, Crestview wins 63-22. So here's how everything shakes out in the rest of the bracket. Crestview will face Minster in Week 12, while Lehman Catholic will take on St. John's, winner to the semis. Despite losing their last 3 games of the regular season, Wayne Trace snuck in the final spot in Division 7, Region 26. The Raiders with the tall task of knocking down undefeated St. Paul. Down 21-0, St. Paul looking for more, but it's fumbled. Trace Henry covers for Wayne Trace, but that's really all the momentum they would get. Unable to take advantage of the turnover, St. Paul's Thane Crabs scores from 28 out. Knock out Wayne Trace 52-13. The Division 26 regional semis look like this. St. Paul will square off against Tiffin Calvert, while Macomb and Pandora Gilboa will have a rematch. The Panthers beat the Rockets 49-27 in Week 9. For the second time in school history, the Sydney Yellow Jackets are playing Week 11 football. Posting a 9-1 record, the Yellow Jackets are averaging just over 43 points per contest when they win. Tonight, that offense will be much needed. Their opponent, Belma, has posted 7 shutouts in the 9 games they have played. We start with Andre Gordon, handing off to Isaiah Bowser. The cameraman catches up with him in time to see Bowser outrun everyone into the end zone for the touchdown. The Yellow Jackets keep up the offensive onslaught. Gordon to Bowser again, busts heads to get in for another touchdown. Later, Gordon on the goal line does it himself for another score. Sydney takes this one 46-33 to move on. Looking at Division II Region 8, Cincinnati LaSalle will meet Sydney in the second round as both get blowout wins. Then Winton Woods plans to face off with Anderson in the next round.
There you have it. That is round one of the playoffs in the books. Thanks for catching all the action here on Football Friday Night, and thanks to everyone who helped us get this show on the air.
State championships are on the line tomorrow on the cross-country course. We'll have highlights from Hebron, as well as the regional finals on the volleyball court and soccer pitch. But for now, I'll see you tomorrow.